Charlamagne, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee. Ask yourself why a black artist, a black female artist, one of the top black female artists out right now, is not interested in sitting down and doing an interview with you all. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? I just got through watching this clip of Charlamagne and DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club and all them folks and Angela Yee, all of them. And they are, I don't know what to call it. They are in their feelings because Megan Thee Stallion was supposed to be on an episode of the Breakfast Club to do an interview, and she did not do one. However, she did do an interview with GQ magazine. She was on the cover, congratulations to her. And she talked about her experience with the whole Tory Lanez situation. Now, Charlamagne and DJ Envy, you can hear it. They were just like feeling some type of way and saying, well, she gave us a list of things that, you know, the label gave a list, or whoever gave a list of things that we were not going to talk, they were not supposed to talk about, and ask her while she was on the show. And Charlamagne is like, well, why is she out here talking to GQ? She out here talking to these white media corporations or whatever and giving them all the tea and like not talking to us. What's the issue? Like, we've been supporting her from the beginning. Now, I'm gonna let y'all listen.
They had a long laundry list of things not to talk to her about, and it was all Tory Lanez and that situation related.
Yeah, I think you know what? I think it's crazy because when she does
white publications,
she's able to talk and talk about everything that she wants to talk about. But when she goes to the black press and black publications, there's a list that the label sends out that, you know, don't ask her about this, don't talk about this, don't talk about that.
Why would Megan Thee Stallion experience what she experienced this summer, head to the Breakfast Club of all places, where Charlamagne has literally sat next to folks making transphobic jokes, literally asked a person about their sister getting raped?
Who the hell raped your sisters?
Oh man, I don't want to get into that. It's a little too personal.
But why would a black woman sit down knowing the history of the Breakfast Club, how y'all gaslight, how y'all be just complete trash? Why would Megan Thee Stallion sit down? Why would she sit down and put herself in a predicament for y'all to bring up the Tory Lanez stuff? Charlamagne, you are nobody's journalist. You are nobody's, like, you are not, you, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy, get online, y'all do this radio show, and y'all just basically just talk. Y'all look at the headlines and y'all look at a couple of things, but y'all are not out here in community with folks. Y'all are not out here reading and studying up or unlearning some of the stuff that y'all bring. Y'all have an enormous platform that reaches a lot of black and brown folks. And yet, whenever women come on there, they don't feel comfortable. Janet Mock, one of them. Like, y'all had Janet Mock on there speaking and talking about her experience as a trans woman, and then the next episode or so, you had somebody out there making fun of trans folks, and then you were sitting here gassing it up, Charlamagne. Like, why would a black woman, any black woman, go on there and speak to y'all when y'all don't even know what the hell y'all be talking about? People are literally telling y'all right now why Megan Thee Stallion would not sit down and do an interview with y'all, and y'all just don't want to pay attention. How somebody who pays attention to what's going on in the streets, Charlamagne, you know about the streets came and knocked you on your head, so you should be able to look at the streets and see what they saying and what they tapping and trying to get to your head. Like, I'm just not understanding that. The folks are coming out here and telling y'all why Megan Thee Stallion would not feel comfortable. And I just don't see how y'all literally have conversations about stuff that's happening in our community and y'all don't know what the tea is. Like, y'all just like sticking y'all head and saying, it wouldn't make any sense for Charlamagne to sit next to a Megan Thee Stallion and just berate her for an hour and ask questions crazy. Like, Charlamagne, you literally asked a man, you literally sat down and asked, who the hell raped your sister? Like, that's something that came out your mouth. And why would Megan Thee Stallion come sit down with you and talk about her experience with abuse when you have been accused of abuse? Like, why would she sit down and have a conversation with another abuser? Like, why would she? That doesn't make any sense. And it might not have been Megan Thee Stallion. It might have been her label. But it makes sense for her to speak to other folks who seem to have some type of couth with themselves and care about their brand, their image, and respecting their guests. I don't blame Megan. So y'all want to make us feel bad. Y'all want to make artists feel bad for going on these white. Y'all act like y'all explicitly black owned, like black. Like, girl, it's some white hands in y'all pot too. Please stop. Please stop. Like, please stop. Please stop. Y'all, like, I'm just so tired. Y'all out here doing the white man's work for him. So what is you talking about? They're going on the white network. Y'all out here berating black women when they come on. You ain't no different than a white man. You that same brother. Didn't Monique tell you that? Didn't Monique come and tell you that? You that same brother. I can't name too many black women who've been able to come on there and had a comfortable conversation with y'all. Even when they had those trans women on there talking to y'all was still disrespectful. Like y'all, like they came to you, got ate up because of the Janet Mock stuff and the thing. And then y'all had some other trans women there with the whole situation with, I can't think of what's his name, when he was dating. God, it was like a year ago when he was dating or in a relationship or something with a trans woman or whatever. I cannot think of his name. I cannot think of his name. But like even y'all were struggling then. It's just like y'all don't take for a second the topics that y'all talk about. Y'all don't go home and read about it. Y'all just look at the headlines. That's it. And y'all want to maneuver yourselves in these political conversations but not having no politics. Y'all want to talk to these Bernie Sanders and stuff with just the basic of, black capitalism gonna save us and give money to poor folks. Like, y'all want to have conversations about systematic stuff, but y'all ain't even diving into your own systems in front of y'all and reading and understanding what is going on, what created the system. The conversations that y'all have are very surface. Honestly, some freshman can honestly put it together the same show that y'all do over at the Breakfast Club with half y'all budget, with a quarter of y'all budget. Y'all are not doing anything special. Y'all are not knowledgeable on any really topics. Like, y'all not knowledgeable. Nobody's really coming to y'all to seek knowledge. They're coming to laugh and joke. That's it. Like, y'all just a kiki girl. That's it. A dumbass kiki. And y'all really are like the media takeout type of folks. Like, when you look at folks, when you look at people like, why do people watch Fox News when all they do is lie? Why they watch this and that? I ask the same question with the Breakfast Club when they be having conversations about shit that don't really make any sense. Like, I really be struggling trying to understand, make it make sense for me. And I cannot think of too many black women who've been able to sit down and have a conversation with y'all and y'all respect them. Angela Yee, and I really be trying to give you some type of, I be trying to grade you on the curve, but you just sit there and let them do that anyway. You don't really stand up. You don't really do too much. DJ Envy, you have as much common sense as a damn flat tire. You are not going nowhere fast. Like, that's what you're going nowhere fast. Like, you just know cars and money, that's it. Like, and make sure your kids in a good school. You don't have no politics, sis. But then y'all be trying to have conversations with politicians and stuff without understanding stuff. I don't blame Megan Thee Stallion for coming and saying, hey girl, like, or her label or whoever saying, don't talk about any of this, because y'all don't have the range and y'all don't have the care to be able to sit down and have a conversation about a black woman who has experienced abuse. Now, ask yourself, because this is the question I asked at the beginning. Ask yourself, why is that? Why does this black woman feel comfortable talking to a white organization before she feels comfortable talking about folks in her own community? Sit back and think about that. Sit back. As down to earth as Megan Thee Stallion is, why? And as big as the Breakfast Club is and as strong as the reach is, ask yourself. It's not because GQ is going to get her more notoriety, all of that. Honestly, a cute Breakfast Club interview would do Megan some numbers. A cute couple of clips being circulated online would do her a hell of a lot of good. But the label was actually probably interested in protecting Megan's peace. Megan was probably interested in protecting her own peace, because y'all don't do nothing but gaslight like folks all the time. Like, I honestly stopped watching the Breakfast Club. I didn't even know y'all was in there looking like y'all was working at some bank back there, handing us some lollipops and shit to our kids in the back seat. Like, I didn't even know y'all came back. Like, that's how much I'm disconnected from y'all, because people were giving y'all something and y'all have not once taken the conversation that y'all were trying to have and research and read about them. Y'all don't do that. And y'all want to sit yourselves up in these points, like these sections, and then y'all not doing the work. Like DJ Envy, you don't give me a person sitting down and trying to unlearn your misogyny. You don't understand. Like, you just see everybody's hating. This is the thing about like celebrities that really gets me. When they get to that level, it's just everybody else that has a critique is a hater and they want what I have. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes that is true, but you need to understand why they hating on you. Maybe they want to eat your ass because you're rich and they were out here struggling, which I can definitely understand. And maybe you're just not making no sense. Maybe you're just not making any sense, but you seem to think just because you have money and you out here quote unquote successful and able to pay your bills on time and set up your light bill on auto pay, that you've made it and nobody else can say anything else about you because you are shielded by your wealth. When and at the end, y'all don't have any knowledge, y'all not trying to do any work because y'all don't care about community, because if y'all cared about community, you would be out here listening to community. And that's what pisses me off about the Breakfast Club. Y'all have all these resources, all these interns and stuff, and yet y'all don't and refuse to do the work. And instead of doing the work, y'all blame and say, well, we was out here standing for her and doing all that. As you should. Do you want a damn cookie? Do you want a cookie for looking out for a black female artist? Do you want a damn cookie? You should be doing that. You should be doing that. You don't get no cookie for that. Like you put somebody on. Like you ain't putting nobody on. Megan Thee Stallion has been working and grinding hard for a minute. Y'all ain't making it for her. And if she chooses to protect her peace and do what she has to do, ask yourself, why don't you ask, like, why is it that this female rapper who's at the top of the charts and and doing things this year is so influential in 2020, considering all the things that's going on, why is she not comfortable sitting down and having a conversation with us? Think about that. Think about that for a second, and maybe you'll be able to figure it out. But Megan Thee Stallion, I don't blame you at all. I'm glad you did not go on the Breakfast Club. I'm glad you ended up protecting your peace. I hope you don't ever go on the Breakfast Club. You don't need the Breakfast Club. They would have bothered you and got on your nerves in some way, some shape or form. Charlamagne would have found a way to ask about Tory Lanez. And we know that Charlamagne does not have the range to have make it a safe space for you to talk about the stuff that you experienced in that situation. Like, I can honestly, Megan Thee Stallion is young. She experienced something that a lot of folks would never probably ever experience in their life. And probably folks don't ever want to experience. She is a part of that. She's joining a lot of black women who have experienced abuse at the hands of another black man. And Charlamagne, you have been called out for your abuse. You have admitted to some of it. And you think that someone who's experienced some similar form of abuse is going to sit down and listen to you when you can't even you can't even understand why folks are calling you an abuser? Like, come on, bro. You that brother. And I'm glad Monique told your ass that. And DJ Envy, go find you somewhere to sit down. I'm so tired of his cocoa bread looking ass. Woo, that's all I got. Tell me what y'all think about the whole thing. I'm glad that she do the interview she needed. Peace. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V neck on.